A Republican president about to take office, a Republican governor with plunging job approval ratings. But this guy says, fix the Democratic Party, then fix New Jersey. Hudson TV sat down with Jeff Meyer, Democratic activist, former student of longtime state senator Loretta Weinberg. Meyer has a movement and a website, letstakebackourparty.com. Jeff Meyer says, build a grassroots movement in the state.
It's based off the premise of if we galvanize a grassroots movement from Cape May to High Point, that we can change the fate and future of the Democratic Party in New Jersey. In essence, we can fix the Democratic Party in New Jersey. And I believe that if we fix the Democratic Party, then we can fix the state of New Jersey.
But to return the Democratic Party to the grassroots, Meyer says, some top state Democrats have to go, including one surprising name, his former teacher and longtime state senator, Loretta Weinberg.
Are you referring to any people in particular in Trenton?
Yeah, I'm referring to the senator in District 37, and I'm referring to the senator in District 3. And, those two individuals have sold out police officers and firefighters. They've sold out teachers, and they've sold out public employees. If you look at what they did with pension reform and healthcare reform, they took money from public employees, teachers, and firefighters, and police officers with the promise of the state would match the pension contribution. And guess what happened? The governor sold them out on that and has never funded those pension contributions through the budgets on a yearly basis. So public employees, teachers, firefighters, police officers are now paying more every paycheck, and they're only putting the money in the pension funds. There's no state match.
Meyer is a critic of what he calls transactional politics. He wants to get back to the grassroots. He points to the recent gas tax increase signed by Governor Christie that now gives New Jersey drivers among the highest state gas taxes in the country.
If you think about percentage-wise how much the gas tax was increased and how much that vote has hurt working families in New Jersey, picture this. You're a single mom, you have 2 kids, you drive 30 minutes each day to work. The amount that tax increase is going to impact your weekly and monthly budget is significant, particularly because you're paycheck to paycheck. The problem is that when those decisions were made by the ghost and the blockhead and the governor, they didn't take into consideration that single mom who's working day in and day out to provide for her children, keep a roof over her head, and make sure that her kids go to school.
Meyer wants to run candidates in every legislative district in New Jersey. He's targeting a whole bunch of districts in South Jersey.
We have to challenge those 2 members in primaries in June of 2017. Those 2 members are the Senate President, who I call the blockhead, and the Senate Majority Leader, who is the senator from the District 37. That's the first part. The second part is challenge all 7 South Jersey legislative races, which I call the political cartel. District 7 to District 1. Let's run aggressive, grassroots, smart, social media, digital media, well-financed, well-organized campaigns, and let's bring the fight to them. And 3, let's build a Democratic Party apparatus through the movement that can be sustained for the future.
And what about Weinberg?
I feel like the senator has become an intellectual and political fraud. That she casts herself as somebody who's a liberal Democrat, but once she gets under the Golden Dome, she goes in those back rooms with the red carpeting and sells out the very constituency that she says, these are my people, these are who I fight for. What's happened with the senator from District 37 is she has overstayed her welcome, overplayed her hand, and because of it, she now has helped broker bad decision after bad decision for working New Jerseyans. I think District 37 should do us all a favor, resign.
Jeff Meyer says he's got a plan, using Hudson County incumbents as models for how to connect with the grassroots.
You got Tom DeGise. Tom DeGise is a very strong county executive. Look at the way he runs government. Look at what he's done for Hudson County Parks. Look at the relationships that he has with Hudson County mayors and the legislative delegation. We need more Tom DeGises. Let's look at the legislative delegation in Hudson County. Again, very unique. We've got Senator Nick Sacco, Speaker Vinnie Prieto, and Senator Brian Stack. All 3 of these gentlemen are strong leaders. Look at the work that Stack and Sacco have done in their individual towns. They're connected to people, and that's why time and time again they're returned to office with huge numbers because of they're connected to community. But these 3 gentlemen, whether it's Speaker Prieto, Senator Sacco, or Senator Stack, they can't do it all alone in Trenton. They need help. They need the right partners at the under end of the state. They need people who can help them change what the face of the legislative delegation looks like as far as leadership in the Senate.
And then some other Democrats in Weinberg's own District 37, towns like Englewood and Fort Lee.
I think Assemblywoman Valerie Veneeri Huddle would make a great senator, but that's not my job to pick her. It's the party's job to pick her. I think Mayor Sokolich from Fort Lee would make an amazing senator. I think this is a guy who, as we saw in Bridgegate, is fearless. This is a guy who is principled and is not afraid to stand up on camera and tell us the truth and speak his mind and fight for his community.
Meyer says he's got a plan. And in a state Hillary Clinton carried by 14 points in November, he should have lots of fertile ground. But time is a factor. The 2017 primary is only 5 months away. The filing deadline is barely 3 months away. You're watching Hudson TV.